Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, and it's time for another reaction request. If you have a video that you'd like me to react to, check the description below. There's a link that'll take you to a Google document with all the relevant information. So today we're going to be looking at another video from Sensible Saiyan. This is another fight analysis video of a fight from Dragon Ball. So yeah, as a reminder, I never got as into Dragon Ball as I did Dragon Ball Z. I watched it for a little while, but I never got like super into it. And because of that, I haven't really seen all these fights. I mean, obviously I knew Goku and Tien fought, because I think it's probably referenced sometime in Z. Or maybe I just looked up the background of who the hell Tien is before, but I was aware that they fought, but I've never actually seen the fight. So I'm interested to, I guess, learn more about it and see how this went down. I'm assuming, especially if it's the second fight, that Goku probably wins, but you never know. Maybe there's a third fight. I think ultimately you can expect Goku to come out on top eventually, but yeah, I don't really know how many tries it took with Tien. I mean, judging by the fact that there is a second fight, clearly more than one, but yeah. Anyway, that's all beside the point. This video is called Goku vs. Tien II is a Forgotten Banger. And I did enjoy the previous one. I think it was the King Piccolo fight. So I'm eager to watch another. Let's get started and see what we got.
A lot of you guys want me to cover Goku vs. Piccolo from the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, and I'm all over that. But this tournament is such a banger, I have to cover a couple of the other fights first, starting with Goku vs. Tien II. For those who don't know, Goku and Tien's first fight was the main event of the last tournament, and it ended with Tien getting the W, even though it was really more like a draw. But anyways, 3 years have gone by and both fighters have grown a lot. Tien put on a showcase in his last fight where he made Mercenary Tao look like a complete amateur. And as for Goku, we haven't seen what he's capable of yet, but you just know he's on another level too.
I actually didn't realize that.
He became a man these last 3 years.
Yeah,
both
Goku
of these guys were also super eager to run this one back and see who's the best. Goku was actually sweating before this one. You can just feel the competitive energy here. These two are about to have a classic fight, even better than their first match, and we're going to break it down and score it with the 10-point must system like usual. This fight is scheduled for 3 rounds. At the end of each round, the winner gets 10 points and the loser gets 9 points or less if they lose by a large margin. At the end of the 3rd round, if both fighters are still standing, the points get tallied and the fighter with more points wins. But the fight can also end at any moment by knockout, TKO, submission, or disqualification. Alright, let's get right into it. Sound the bell, round 1. Let's go. Both fighters jump into the ring and hit their stances, and the crowd is cheering. They know it's going to be a classic. Goku leaps in first with the knee, and Tien comes in with a huge elbow. Towards the variant here. But Tien's in a better position here to throw next, so he launches a flurry of 1-2s. Like easy slips from Goku though. You can see by the look on Tien's face here, he's not putting a lot of vinegar into these punches. I think he was trying to bait Goku into throwing here by giving him a predictable pattern. Classic move, drawing out a counter from your opponent so you can counter the counter. Goku's not buying it though, so Tien throws a hook to switch things up, but Goku pulls back, builds some distance with a flip, and takes to the air. Tien's gonna follow him up to the sky, and then he launches a ki blast. Goku bounces it back at him, and it gets deflected again. Tien's gonna make himself more aerodynamic here so he can catch up to Goku, and they start going back and forth. We're gonna have to take a close look at some of these frames to see who's getting the better of these exchanges.
I mean, Tien's probably more
hard to make sense
aerodynamic
of, I'll be honest, but hey, that's what I'm here for. So check it out. You know how Tien was trying to draw out a counter earlier? Yeah, well, he gets it this time. When he closes the distance and throws the left, Goku counters with a stiff jab that he chambers from the hip. Neither guy lands, but watch this. Goku threw a bow and arrow jab, so there's this big opening here on the left, and Tien counters the counter by throwing the right hand on a vulnerable Goku. Look at this though. Beautiful elbow block by Goku, and he tightens up the guard here in anticipation of Tien's follow-up. Tien throws another left and a knee at the same time. Goku blocks the knee, and he's out of the range from the left. Look at him, he is laser focused. Tien throws a right, but Goku slips on the inside and counters with an elbow that Tien blocks, and a knee below it that also gets blocked. They're both showing some elite timing right here. So they're going back and forth until they hit the apex of the jumps. Look at this, Tien goes for a nut shot here. It was accidental, I swear. Fine, but one more of those and I'm deducting a point. This is such a cool detail here. Now that they don't have any more upward momentum, Goku closes the distance, pins Tien's arms, and they're doing sticky hands, an old school kung fu hand control drill. Pretty cool to see here, but honestly not too surprising. OG Dragon Ball was heavily influenced by traditional martial arts. Anyways, they're flowing. Tien tries to separate and come in with the right hand,
kind of feel like we
could feel the direction of the punch because their arms were connected. Sticky hands, bro. He's able to block it with ease. He can feel out this left hand coming too and easily blocks it. Look at this. He's got Tien's arms controlled now. He has the dominant position, so he separates and throws his right hand, but it gets blocked. Then Tien throws the backhand. Goku just barely pulls back in time. They're gonna keep scuffling while they're making their way back down the ring. Boom! Kick from both fighters lands, and they're recomposing themselves. First actual connection of the fight, by the way.
So is that.
They lunge in. After images. They're fighting at blinding speeds. We simply cannot see them. There they are. They lock hands trying to overpower each other. So far it's a stalemate, but it looks like Tien is putting in more work to maintain this. Goku notices and pulls back because he knows Tien ain't going to be able to recompose himself in time. Boom, uses that opening to land a clean kick to the body. Tien disappears and comes right back at him, but he gets spotted, and look at this. Whoop! It's so clean. They knew it was so clean, they showed it to us twice. Goku dodges the hook with an athletic jump, but the second he lands, Tien is already on his tail, just relentless. Comes in with another hook, but another dodge by Goku. But peep Tien how locked in he is. Look how he scans the environment to find them. And with that, round 1 comes to a close. Look, I'm going to confidently score this round a 10-9 for Goku. These guys are still just getting started. It was a highly defensive round. Only 1 strike landed from Tien and 2 from Goku. Just a disclaimer real quick. I always do my due diligence to try to get the most accurate striking stats I can for you guys, but I'll be honest, this round was a little hard to do because there was a lot of ambiguous strike attempts here, and I couldn't count the strikes that were happening off screen, of course. But still, there's an obvious advantage for Goku here, and he was also a little more poised, a little more relaxed, and in control towards the end. Tien's also a little bit winded here. He's not gassed out or anything, but it's safe to say that Goku's conditioning is looking better, and he's not having to work as hard. But we're just getting started, guys. Alright, let's take a look at round 2. This one starts off with Goku coming in really aggressive with the right hand, but Tien slips on the outside. It looks like Goku's loading up to come in with a huge leaping left hook, and Tien's putting the guard up to prep for it, but he actually comes in with the knee instead that gets blocked. Now it looks like Goku's going to throw the right cross, and Tien's ready to counter, but he comes in with the elbow instead. Again, Tien blocks it, but you can tell by his expression he's not having the easiest time reading Goku here because he's disguising his shots pretty well. Tien slips the right hand and blocks the body kick, but Goku comes in with a second kick to the body that breaks the guard and hurts Tien a little bit. Goku fakes the left, comes in with the elbow, block. Sidekick, spearhand, knee, all blocked. Tien dodges the hook and finally launches his counter offense. Big chops and a spearhand here get dodged by Goku. He tries to follow up, but he gets caught with a headbutt to the body of all things. Neither fighter letting up. Tien grabs Goku on the way in and catches him with a huge headbutt. Then he's gonna overextend with the right hand.
Now they're landing it.
Dips down and takes his legs out from underneath him. Tien spins him around and gets back on his feet, but Goku uses the opportunity to disrespect him a little bit here by palming his bald head. Then he grabs the body lock. Reverse. Another reverse. He's trying to get control of the hand here, and whoop! Now he's got the dominant position again. He's got Goku in an arm lock. Goku reaches down and fakes like he's going for the leg. Tien loosens up to defend it, and whoop! Goku swoops around back and gets the body lock again. He's trying to fight the hands. Goku's trying to pick him up and hit him with a suplex. Tien starts charging up ki and powers up to shake him off here and end the grappling exchange. Again, you can see the difference in conditioning here. And Tien's been having to work a lot harder here to be even in a lot of these exchanges. But this is a really good tactic by him here. He takes the fight to the air and Goku follows him. He's looking for Tien, but he's hidden in the clouds. High alert here. He spots him and here comes a round kick, but Goku with a... Now he's moving around being elusive in the air. Goku's definitely out of his element here. Guys, remember, this ain't DBZ. Aerial battles were a lot different here in OG Dragon Ball. A lot less experience fighting in the sky back in the day. But especially from Goku. He only just pretty recently learned how to fly, but Tien's been known how for a minute now. So he definitely has the advantage up here. Exhibit A, I mean, look at this. He catches Goku off guard and lands this monster downward elbow to the back of the neck.
That's
shot of the fight so far. This one hurts Goku and sends him flying down. He bounces back, and tries to connect on Tien while he's landing, but whoop! Look at this, huge head kick lands by Tien. Okay, he's been taking control of the fight, I'm not gonna lie. Comes in rushing with the hook, but Goku dodges in a similar fashion that he did in round 1. Same follow-up too, dang. Tien's not trying to get thrown off mentally here though. He wants to keep his momentum, so he's gonna stay aggressive throwing bombs. Goku's gotta throw something back here to get his respect, so he comes back with his round kick, but Tien dodges and sweeps the leg. Now he's gonna throw a huge flurry while Goku's on his back. Bro, look at the insane defense though. Then he's gonna grab Tien and just launch him into the sky. But this is exactly where Tien wants to be. It's his bread and butter. He's flying at blinding speeds, and Goku tries to catch him when he gets close to the ground, but Tien dodges and lands a huge kick to the body that almost sends Goku out of the ring. He recomposes himself, and round 2 comes to a close. And I'm scoring this round.
I guess you can fly into the air, and that's
Let's
not
look
out
at
of
the
the ring.
stats. He threw a lot more strikes, just like the last round, but that's his strategy. He's being really aggressive, and he's doing that to draw out a reaction from Goku so he can counter him, like he did with the sweep, like he did with the aerial attack we just saw at the end of the round. Speaking of the air, that's what really helped him take over the second half of the round. Goku was a little bit up at the start, and he probably won the grappling exchanges, but man, this elbow changed the whole dynamic, didn't it? Tien landed 2 more strikes, and he landed the better strikes. This round, I'm looking at a better fight IQ from Tien. I'm looking at a more diverse display of skills from him. Very competitive still, but I'm looking at a 10-9.
He is looking to
the score is tied at 19-19 going into the third and final round. Let's see how this one plays out. Winner takes all. So the round starts out with Goku taking off his weighted clothing, and he just starts flexing on Tien and everyone in the crowd with his blinding speed. He did not have to do all this, bro. And let's be honest, this was the inspiration for that classic moment in Naruto from Rock Lee versus Gaara. But yeah, bro's making a tornado. Like, come on, is this necessary? And the cockiness doesn't stop here, because the first exchange these two have, it looks pretty competitive, right? But then we find out Goku wasn't taking it serious at all. He used this as an opportunity to take Tien's belt from him. Just being disrespectful, really. This is
Goku, what's this all about?
But here's the thing I love about this fight. It's not that cliche anime thing where it's 50-50. One guy reveals he was holding back, and then either he bodies the other dude, or the other guy also was holding back some power. No, Tien's not gonna power up again to match him. He's gonna make it competitive by changing up his tactics. He knows he can't take Goku 1-to-1 head on anymore, so he reveals a new technique, the multi-form. He splits himself up into 4. And bro, can we please take a second to appreciate Tien's arsenal real quick? I mean, this guy has such a deep bag that the other Z fighters ended up copying in the future. After he came into the picture, the Turtle School students copied the flying technique. Granted, that wasn't his technique, but he was one of the first people we ever saw fly. And we already know how useful the solar flare was in DBZ. He gets full credit for that one. But even with this multi-form technique, Piccolo, who's watching this fight by the way, copies it in the future and uses it in his training. We need to put some respect on Tien's name. Anyways, he comes at Goku with a hammer fist, then a spear hand. Goku dodges, but he almost runs into this left hand from another Tien. Dodges a right hand, then a kick from behind him. He's starting to get a little overwhelmed here. Dodges 2 more strikes and another kick from behind. Tien throws a 3-piece combo. The first 2 get slipped by Goku, and the last one lands on the jaw. Another punch almost lands. Goku blocks this one, and a 3rd kick from behind finally lands on Goku. This one he winded up and landed to the body. Actually kinda hurt Goku a little bit. Now he's gonna rush him again and throws a round kick that gets blocked. A head kick almost lands here. Then Tien lands a huge straight right to the body that knocks the wind out of Goku, and follows up landing a kick to the back. He gets up and Tien rushes him again. But at this point, Goku's gathered some data on how to fight Tien when he's in his multi-form, so he's able to dodge, catch Tien off guard, and throw his own offense. Lands a beautiful sidekick that sends all 4 Tien into the ground. You guys gotta remember, Goku is more powerful than Tien when he's one body, and now that he's split into 4, each individual Tien is even weaker. But it's still going to take some time to figure out how to fight 4 skilled opponents at once, even with a good advantage. Goku made the adjustment, but Tien's going to throw a monkey wrench in his plans by covering each corner of the ring and charging a 4-way ki blast. He launches the massive beam, but Goku dodges it by taking to the air. Look how clean this is though. Tien's looking for Goku in the sky. He spots him and snipes at him again with the 4-way ki blast. Shoots it right from his 3rd eye. The accuracy is insane because this actually lands and stuns Goku pretty badly. Look at his eyes as he's falling down and slams onto the arena. They think it's GG, but you know Goku has that granite chin and even better recovery. That's those Saiyan genetics. They don't know about that yet in OG Dragon Ball. He gets up and brushes it off like nothing happened. It's actually kind of crazy. Again, so cocky. He's doing 1-arm push-ups to flex on him. You can't make this up. Tien surrounds him and prepares to fire off the same combo, but Goku is ready this time. Once it gets launched, he dodges the same way this time, so that Tien fires the same follow-up again. Keep in mind, guys, this beam is heavily reliant on Tien's incredible eyesight. I mean, he fires it from the eye, that's pretty obvious. Yeah. But I say that because that's how Goku's gonna counter this move. He hits Tien with his own move, the Solar Flare. Very solid counter. Tien's trying to throw here, even when his eyesight is compromised. Much respect to Goku here, though. He actually doesn't take advantage of this by firing off any counters. He wants to make a statement here at the end of the round. So when Tien gets his vision back, he bum rushes him and lands a huge punch to the body, then immediately comes back at another Tien with 2 body kicks. The second one was vicious. 2 Tiens left. He tries to counter, but Goku is way too fast. Boom, another body kick and another huge body shot to seal up the deal. All 4 Tien are out of the ring just like that in an instant, and Goku wins the fight by knockout. He turned it up at the end there, didn't he? Then we get some really good sportsmanship here at the end. Both guys had fun with it, talked their talk, but it was a really clean fight, all things considered. Let's look at the stats for the round here. Goku landed 5 strikes and Tien landed 4. But Tien also landed a big ki blast too. Just like the other rounds, high output from Tien and very efficient from Goku. The numbers don't really tell the main story for the round though, it's the adjustments. Tien adjusted to Goku's increase in speed by overwhelming him with the multi-form. Then Goku adjusted to fighting multiple opponents hand to hand and took the advantage. Then Tien adjusted again by throwing multiple ki blasts and using his insane accuracy. And then Goku readjusted with the Solar Flare, took the aerial ki blast out of the equation and just bombed Tien with his superior speed and power. That's all she wrote. Great fight. Even though Goku was clearly the superior fighter, Tien was able to close some of the gap between them with his tactics, skill set, and volume, but it wasn't enough. He was redlining his system pretty often just to keep the fight competitive, whereas Goku just had it like that. Gave him some real great work though and made a really good showing for himself. Hats off to Tien, for real. Here are the fight stats overall if you're curious. Look at this, only body shots landed from Goku. He's the body snatcher. Anyways, I'm going to upload Piccolo vs. Krillin very soon, and then we're going to cover Goku vs. Piccolo. Guys, you're going to be seeing a lot more consistent uploads from this channel these next couple of months. Thank you for your support as always. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'm out of here.
Well, that was really cool. Like, so I've never seen this fight, but it looks like a good one for sure. Tien is a cool character. But yeah, I was not fully aware that we really got to like a more adult Goku in Dragon Ball, but it does make sense. I mean, it would be kind of weird if he still looked like a kid and then suddenly he shows up after a time skip with a kid as an adult. So there would have to be some of this. Yeah, the fight looks really good. Like, a lot of motion. It does seem, and maybe it's just because it's being broken down. Maybe I'm just not a careful watcher for these kind of things. Or maybe it's just because I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z in so long. But just my impression from this is just that it was a lot more physical than I remember the fights in Dragon Ball Z being. Like there's lots of heavy blows and grappling and cool blocks and stuff. And maybe that's always there, but I remember a lot more blasts. It seems like in Dragon Ball, in this fight, those were brought out only at the end mostly. That's kind of like Tien's last. I mean, I guess there was one kind of in the middle here, but yeah, like his last resort, his like ultimate move is to send these blasts, and like in in Dragon Ball Z, I just remember the blasts like firing off all the time, just consistently throughout a fight. So I don't know, but very cool stuff. Definitely a fun video. Just a nice breakdown too. Good stuff. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.